Welcome to another lesson, Minimalist Lifestyle. So, the best example I can give you, analogy, is that in your brain, there's different internet cords. And it doesn't matter if the speed of the internet is like 300 Mbps, if there's like 500 people on the same internet cable, the internet's gonna be slow, right? There's not gonna be uh, space for the internet to fully come to you, right? So somehow we need to do the same in our life. We need to clear space, right, for us to allow to have clear ideas, to allow to have energy comes in as instant downloads, right? So how do we do this, right? For me, is by living a minimalist lifestyle, and it's getting more and more popular. We can see a lot of YouTube videos like this, a lot of YouTuber. They are all doing their own version of it, and there's like extreme minimalist, right? And on a scale, right? And then you need to find your your place there. But one thing for sure is that over time, as you explore this concept, as you explore different videos, also this documentary that I highly suggest, they have an extreme minimalist lifestyle here, but there's a lot of insight coming from that. And the main insight is that less is more, right? Personally, I've been exploring this lifestyle for years, and it's always uh, a, an habit to go back into it and then to explore more and then to adjust it. It's a lifestyle to assess maybe every 3 months. Okay, what can I clear here? What can I clean? What can I remove to have more space, more mind space? There's also this series on Netflix from the Japanese Marie Kondo, the art of tidying up. And I don't know how you're living your life, but there's a lot of people here on earth that they have houses and they have so much things, right? So much things, so much clothes, so much souvenirs. They store like all kind of like things that they bought. But as we saw in another lesson, nowadays we can rent everything, right? If you want to go and do snowboarding, maybe 2, 3 times a year, you can rent a snowboard 2, 3 times. Is it worth it to buy one and store one, right? If you want to free yourself and live really like as a digital nomad, you don't need to go to that extreme, but have at least the mindset of it. For me as a digital nomad, I cannot carry a snowboard around on the plane all the time, right? So that's why I don't buy a snowboard. I cannot carry a bicycle on the plane, right? Those things. So I don't own those things. I rather rent it when I need to use it, when I want to use it. Yes, it's more expensive on the long run, but it allowed me to have more space, less thing to think about, less responsibilities, right? So I'm more free to move and then switch roads in an instant. Like if I feel like okay, I want to move to another country, I want to try something else, I want to change lifestyle, I can do it very quickly. I'm not stuck with a lot of things in my backpack. So think about also the law of Pareto. We in the clothing, for example, we're gonna wear uh, 20% of our clothes 80% of the time, right? So that means that 80% of our clothes we don't really use them, they're just stored them. Why don't you give them away? Also linked to this is feng shui, right? The art of like placing our furniture in a room that allow us to have more space, more energy in the room. It's important to explore those concepts here and there. Personally, I've been living for many years now out of a suitcase of 10 kilo. And why I do 10 kilo is because I don't want to put my luggage uh, in the suit. I want it carry on. It allows me to move quicker. and I have everything there, and I have a backpack. So in my backpack, I have my laptop, I have my camera, so a high quality camera that I use for photography and filming, and then I have my journal, I have a hoodie, that's it. And then in my luggage, I have like maybe three, four pair of pants, three, four pair of shirts, a dozen of t-shirts, of dozen of socks and boxers, and that's it. And every 3 months, I allow myself to renew my wardrobe. So I'm gonna give away what I had, and then I'm gonna buy new things, which allow me to create also a new cycle to reassess what I've been not wearing and clean up more space. And outside of that, I don't have anything else. Nothing, 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 nothing. And it allows me to move in a matter of like 2 minutes when I'm ready to travel. And and yeah, it's nowadays, as I said, we can go rent a beautiful villa, and then the next week you can rent like a small apartment, and then you can go to another location to have like a weekend of ski and rent all the ski and stuff like that, and then go to another location and do some bicycle or hiking in the mountains. And no matter whatever you need, you're going to be able to rent it in the location, right? Even winter clothes and stuff like that. So that's an offering that I'm giving you here. You don't need to go to an extreme like you're gonna see on the documentary or on YouTube videos. Don't need to go to an extreme like me, but there's always ways to assess yourself, and you'll see it's gonna be very freeing to this to do this to clean your to empty your possessions, right? Your the things that you're holding on to, because each thing that you're holding on to, there's an attachment, there's an emotional attachment to it, right? So more that we release all those things, more that we release all attachment, and it helps you on the healing journey. We're going more and more towards acceptance of all, right? And then I come in this physical reality, right, with a body, but it's the body has been rented to Mother Earth, right? When I leave this physical reality, I give back my body, and then it fades away in the soil, or it burns in the air, and it merge with the womb of Mother Earth, right? So explore, think about those concepts. As I said earlier, nowadays also we can explore all type of living, which is fun. Why not living in a van for 2 months, right? Going around, I don't know, like me, I dream to go explore Utah and do all those hikes over there for a month or two, things like that. You can rent a bus, you can rent a mini house, tiny house, and you explore different lifestyle, a bit of city, a bit of like offshore, a bit of beach. Why not? There's this book also very popular. Always start with making your bed, right? Having things clean and tidy. Somehow it's little habits that allow you to really clean your space, because your physical reality and digital reality is just a manifestation of your inner world, right? So if your room is not in order, if your computer, your phone is not in order, it's just actually a manifestation that your thoughts are everywhere. It's a manifestation that your internet cable is not really uh like clear. There's too much people using it, right? So as I said, it's very important also to clean our digital world, right? If it's a mess there, it's exactly like it's going to be a mess in my physical room. So I need to be structured on how do I store my videos, my images, how do I save different website, and and then reboot my computer every like 3 4 months, my phone, same thing, right? So there's different solution for that. There's the Notion app, very popular. Personally, on my phone, I store everything in folders. So I have a folder for travel, all the app for travel. Instead of having all the app there on the page where I cannot see, everything is structured, right? I have all the app for my business, I have all the app for my communication, and so on. I organize my drive. I have a drive for my business, for my personal life. I save in my personal life a folder with all my readings that I did in the past with different channelers, things like that, right? We need to also collect photos, create albums per maybe trips or per months. And personally, I do albums per manifestation, per life dimension. So I have an album to manifest on my business, on my social life, on different experiences, and so on. We need to clean up our password. Usually it's like become a mess, right? We have like 300 websites that we have our password manager tool and things like that. Empty emails inbox, like so much emails are coming from like things we subscribed a long time ago, and then we have this section of like promotion that we never open or updates, and it's a mess. So we need to do a big cleanup. Like I like to see this type of cleanup physically, digitally, but also energetically as a season of the year. So every 3 months, like here in Canada, every 3 months there's a new season, a new experience happening, total different life, and every 3 months we should like assess all those things, and then every 3 months we should assess our energy, do a big cleanup too. So we're going on a retreat or something like that, and yeah, like whatever you don't need, transfer this into a storage room that you can rent per month, or maybe at the family member's house or something, and it digitally store everything that you don't need into a physical hard drive. Like, and maybe like you're having clutter in your digital life, your physical life, there's not enough mind space because somehow there's some trap emotion linked to that behavior, right? There's a reason why people they buy big houses and they have so much stuff. They buy everything, things that they don't need and then they never use, right? Somehow it's like there's some emotion to this type of emotional buying or this type of emotional behavior. So scan yourself. Why? Right? What is there a trap emotion that is linked to that type of behavior? Yes or no? Is it linked to colon A, colon B? And then find the emotion. Is it linked to my masculine, feminine? Find the chakra, which chakra is affecting to who I started this behavior with, right? Was it like coming from my lineage of my family? Was it coming from my dad, my mom? Whoever, find the solution and then understand the depth of the emotion, and then you can transmute it, and you'll see naturally you're gonna start having another personality, because this behavior sometimes is we think it's our personality, but it's not our personality. It's just programs that we carried on from some type of baggage that we've been passed on by other people, or by life, by necessity, right? So journal first, make a plan, journal what do you want to do, how do you want to do it, maybe save time for a first cleanup, and then it should become a lifestyle, right? Always assessing yourself here and there. And you'll see this is gonna allow to have more space, detach yourself with a lot of things, and it's gonna allow energy to come even more your way. You're gonna feel way more abundance by freeing yourself like that. Another good benefit of living like this, to live as a minimalist, is that if there's a financial crisis happening, I don't know, a big catalyst somehow, you end up manifesting that you lose everything, right? Well, it's just easy to reassess yourself. Okay, I'm gonna be like renting a small apartment for 1 2 months, and I'm gonna reassess my whole life, and then restart the momentum, right? But when you have like so much things, like you have like you have like a mortgage, a car, and then like you split this with other people, like there's so much things that needs to be analyzed on how you're going to be transitioning, right? This transition might take like 2 3 months on trying to figure out all this. So think about this. Create your own lifestyle. You are the creator, right? You are the creator. Have fun.